Hello, collective. Welcome to the channel. It is May 16th, 2025, and the time is 4:44 p.m. The angels are with us. Thank you, angels, for being here. Holy Spirit, Divine Spirit, please tune us into a message for the collective this evening. Message for the collective, please. Where are we at with this scenario regarding humanity and their freedom from this matrix slavery? Matrix slavery and humanity. How's it going for us here? We got some stuff happening. All right. In the central energy, we've got the Three of Wands in the reverse. So somebody didn't plan well. There's unexpected delays. There could be obstacles to somebody's long-term goals. The first stages of completion. But that's in the upright. In the upright, it's talking about overseas opportunity, and in the reverse, it's a lack of foresight. Well, let's see how that works out. In the challenge position, the Emperor. The Emperor is here. Protection, father figure. In the subconscious, well, we've got justice in the reverse. Lack of accountability, guilt, dishonesty, and punishment. Somebody's playing small while living large. In the recent past, the Magician. Intentions and expectations for the Magician, please, Spirit. What's going on with that? Somebody's trying to manifest something. What's going on? The Star. Revitalization, renewal. There's something going on with energy, with life force vitality, with this rejuvenation, the revitalizer. You're the revitalizer. The illuminator is what these nefarious ones have been calling the stars. The illuminators. They're also the revitalizers. They have the Midas touch. Everything they touch turns to gold. It's brought back to life. In the near future, we got a Tower here. An awakening, a sudden change, a revelation, sudden knowledge, a sudden insight. The lens that's being looked through. Queen of Wands, determined, very determined. She's got a zest for life. She's focused. She wants to live her life. So she's very determined in this betrayal, in this deception. So she's focusing on this deception. She's courageous regarding those who are trying to get away with something. They're losing control because she is confident and moving forward in her fire energy. In the environment, King of Cups in the reverse. So there's somebody here, there's no love in them. They're all about emotional manipulation. They probably speak very poorly of others. Lack of respect. Offering bad advice. Hopes and fears. Hopes and fears. Oh man. So we've got the Queen of Cups there and letting go. They could be in fear that a Queen of Cups, an emotionally stable person, is releasing them, or they may have a hope that they can sacrifice a Queen of Cups. But this is like the Queen of Cups is making a sacrifice. They're releasing, they're letting go of something. And that's this person, this King of Cups in the reverse. There's no, so she's releasing them. And the outcome, please, Spirit. Teamwork. Teamwork. We got some folks collaborating here. We got the wheel is turning. And a completion of your heavy burden. It could be the beginning of somebody else's heavy burden, and so they're in fear about it, stuck in an illusion. And you have manifested, Page of Pentacles, manifested. You might be getting public recognition for some skills that you have developed. You're coming into your wish come true. Binding. Doing hard work, binding those who have been trying to get away with trickery on you, laying them to rest. Or perhaps you might be making plans for the future and travel. And we've got celebration here. Oh, with the Empress. Courageous and weary, but the boundaries are solid and firm. And there's new love on the horizon here. Balanced. And that's the completion of this cycle. It's going to come very, very quickly. And there's a marriage too. Woo, we're coming up on that. Remembering happy memories. And we've got the Nine of Pentacles coming into the fruits of your labor. And the King of Swords here. Telling the truth, based in truth, knows the truth. And cutting folks out. Oh crap, folks are getting cut out. Five of Pentacles. Loss and disappointment. Divorce. They're out of here, man. They're out of here. There's judgment being called by the Queen of Swords for some kind of crappy proposal. Huh? Oh, man. Okay, take it as it resonates. Just moving through the deck. Moving through the deck. So there's somebody that's hit some obstacles. There's a delay here. You know, they're moving. They're trying to move themselves out of here. They're lying here. There's some sort of a punishment. They're guilty. So we've got playing small, lack of planning, unexpected delays for things. There's obstacles to their long-term goals regarding things. You know? Okay. Emperor is in the challenge position, and we've got chickens. So they're challenged by this Emperor. They're challenged because they could be afraid of this Emperor. We got punishment here for a liar. Academic. And kin. So they're working with their kin. There could be family that's getting punished. We've guilty. The teachings of kin. We've got the Magician here in the recent past, manifesting something. compass. A pathway. Manifesting a pathway. Intentions, expectations, rejuvenation. The star. They may have something to do with the energy. They may be expecting to receive some kind of energy. Let's see how this is going to work out. What's going on, Spirit? Speak to me, please. Hospitality. The star is getting congratulated. And we got a tower. There's a sudden insight here. Somebody's in a sudden insight. Everything's falling apart. Whoa. Horseplay. Horseplay. A release. Playing around. King of Wands and Queen of Wands is courageous and confident in the face of this deception and betrayal. Promise. Trickery. There could be a Queen of Wands trying to get away with something in order to gain a promise. We'll get more clarification. We've got the King of Cups in the reverse, so he has no love. He's very moody. He's trying to manipulate folks. He's a player. Oh yeah, King of Cups is a player. He's out there manipulating minds, giving out bad advice. Queen of Cups is here, emotionally stable and letting go of this business. It could be this player is trying to play her. He might be wanting to sacrifice a Queen of Cups. This worthless POS. Tribe in the reverse. Not part of the family. Emotionally stable, releasing that tribe. She's been released from the tribe. She's letting go of this tribe. She's not having anything to do with this family. And we've got the Three of Pentacles here. Collaboration. Teamwork. Haunted in the reverse. You're not haunted. You're building something. You're undoing a haunting. These people's ability to manipulate people's minds. This player isn't going to be able to mind F people anymore. This manipulator. Perception. They've got a limited perception. It could be that they can't really see where you're at or what you're doing. They're not really able to. They think they know. It's like, ooh, I've got my telescope. I can see you. But you know what? They can't really see anything. They got this very limited view. And they're under the table. They can't really see anything. So they're under the table. They're trying to hide. They're trying to spy on this location. They've got a very limited view of it. This explorer, they might be trying to explore your creativity, what it is you're doing to get by, how it is you're managing difficult circumstances, because you always are at peace. And because you're at peace, you're this peaceful creator, this bohemian. It's like you're just out here very creative, and justice is happening because you're at peace. And they're like, well, how do you, oh, and you're on your spiritual throne. You're making an appearance, a limelight appearance. Oh my gosh, you might be showing up soon. You might be showing up soon in the world, making a change. Making a change. Changing the way that people use divination, this ancestry, to martyr others. Changing the way people use divination to research ancestry and martyr people. It could be that there's ancestry here that has been martyred, that is martyring people using divination. Take it as it resonates, but there's a change happening here regarding it all. It could be that there's a change happening for this ancestry who was martyred. Maybe they've been given information. I don't know. You're just going to have to take it as it resonates. We've got attention on a personality, on these actors. So it could be that ancestry that had been martyred is bringing attention to this player, giving messages about them driving the minds of others and putting them in the grave. Oh yeah, it's over, man. Because you self-preserved through the drama and you still have your body. Oh yeah, so now these ones that's being stopped, they can no longer F with people's minds because you're here announcing it. You've been found innocent. You're expected to take this seat, that spiritual throne. Yeah, you're innocent. And this snake is like, this puppet master snake, it's like you've gotten forgiveness for whatever this snake was trying to set you up or driving you to do. This snake was a puppet master operating in the field of awareness, in the mental body of the people, driving them to do things and make decisions that they normally would not have made if it were up to them. This person was manipulating minds to do that. And they've been observed. You survived, and so you've been observed. You can report the whole backstory. You're very conscientious. You keep yourself clean and pure. Your incorruptible soul, and the higher sees it. Look, you are love, and you have endured so much hardship. Yep, they can see it very much because the wise guy that wanted your status of privilege is getting disconnected. What a jerk, because you're a sovereign being and this is your position to be in service, and they had made you absent. Whatever, man. You're a wholesome person here in your purpose. You're optimistic. You didn't do anything wrong. Whoa, this religion. Laboring to make a peaceful, shining person invisible. Wow. Objectivity. Wow. Well, that certainly wasn't very freaking nice. That was not nice. LMNOP. Objectivity is going to be up here probably. Where are you, little star? A dialogue. A dialogue. Objectivity detects a dialogue between two alleged grown-ups. Some people will automatically bring out the shine in you, others the shade. Your act of love is to be the untriggered person. At this time, be mindful of maintaining a balanced, stable, rational, objective way of thinking, feeling, and behaving. And you are. You are. You are you. You are you. And your evermore sees you as you are. Consistent, stable, happy, beautiful. You're an arcana that survived this conflict, and you are here and now. Ooh, that's sweet. Or there is arcana here and now. A leader that's offering defense in this situation. Holy moly, to those who were addicted to you and your energy. Wow. They could be addicted to time, buying time, and they deal in energy because to deal in energy is to extend your own life force if you take it from somebody else, right? Whoa. Okay. Alrighty then. Whoa, rat-a-tat-tat-too. There you are, little star. So somebody's they got a lack of planning here. They lacked foresight, unexpected delays, getting things. They're here to try to get things, and some people are amassing a lot of wealth. They're undoing a lot of programs. They're accepting astronomically expensive gifts, and the things that they are getting, you know, they're selling something for it. They're just not telling you about it. So there's unexpected delays in their long-term goals regarding things. They've been found unworthy. Ooh, they've been found unworthy. The Emperor is here, and they're afraid of this Emperor. They're afraid. Their values are all about money, and this Emperor is here like, excuse me, delivering out a punishment. They've been found unworthy. They're afraid of this Emperor. This Emperor is a respectable leader, very stable, and there's protection here. We've got kin and academics. So this is something that this family line, that this family has been doing for some time in order to gain money and things. They've been being real cheesy, man. They're confused. They might be confused because the teachings that they've been doing aren't working. We've got the Magician here and Compass. Somebody's trying to manifest a pathway, or you have manifested a pathway. You're the Star here, rejuvenated, congratulated. These ones are confused. They're worried about this Emperor here. They're being challenged by this Emperor. We've got guilty. Magician, getting a compass, feeling the pain from the damage they've caused. So they're on a bad path. They're feeling pain from the damage that they've caused. This Star has been revitalized, rejuvenated. They're the Illuminator. They're being congratulated on illuminating. Oh, somebody's in regret over this. The Star's been congratulated, and they're in regret. They wish it had never happened. There's a tower here for all this horseplay that's going on. It's so strange that this is strange, man. You would look, they want to escape. They're horseplaying around to escape a difficult path. We got the Queen of Wands here, courageous, regarding somebody who's betraying her. And there's a promise, there's a new promise. That connection won't be fixed. She's promising this connection will not be fixed. Or maybe she has received a promise that this connection, she'll never have to deal with this again. You've got the King of Cups here in the reverse. They're a manipulator, a manipulative player. There's no love in them. Look, the truth is out about them. The truth is out. Queen of Cups here, releasing this tribe. Sacrificing this tribe, letting them go. Yeah, she doesn't want to deal with them anymore. She's not daydreaming about them. She's not longing for them. She's like, get out of my energy. Divine Feminine is like letting them go. She's like letting the past go. The past crooked ancestors that were trying to pull one over on this Emperor and this Star for stuff. We've got a team here, Three of Pentacles, building something. What they're doing is they're working together to stop this haunting, to stop the driving of people's minds, to stop, or maybe they're trying to stop. Maybe this King of Cups player is mental in the membrane. We got missed opportunity. reminiscing about how fun it was to joke around, indecisive about these habits that they're not changing in the shadows. They want to play in the shadows with people that love themselves, using sex because they didn't appreciate their beauty. Well, we got a new chapter full of hope here. There's an understanding of what's been going on, and these ones are overwhelmed because they're being held back. You're holding back. They're feeling your absence. You don't look. You're detaching from these people who caused so much damage to your soul tie. You're no longer connected to them. You're no longer connected to them. It's like, nope, Queen of Cups is like, I'm out of here. Not dealing with you, man. But there is a reunion here. It's time for a reunion. The Emperor is here, and you saw the Empress there. The Emperor is here for his Empress. And these liars, those people who were lying on her, on him, they're running now. They're running now. Look, unsatisfied, secrets, prideful people telling lies. The Chaser cannot separate you from this soul contract that you're in. Yeah, this responsible, familial soul contract. And this reflection who wanted to mimic you is feeling broken and shattered. They can't get in your space, or maybe they're alone in solitude. And people are talking about it. They're going to be neglected the way they neglected you. They're in disagreement about this. They think you should understand how they feel, but why would you when they never understood how you felt or even cared? They want forgiveness here. But you're in this commitment. You're committed to each other, and this third party is like, that's an unexpected outcome. See, they wanted the money. They just wanted to be, all they have to offer is a body with a couple holes in it and some fancy clothes, and a real bad, shitty attitude. Whatever. Now they want to talk because there's unfinished business here. There's reciprocity. They're getting what they gave, and you're moving into a destiny of irreplaceable love, with somebody who also has irreplaceable love. That they see you as you're divine. You're nothing like they tried to paint you out to be. And those who did that, they sabotaged their own damn selves. They made mistakes. They got caught. They got busted. They've been seen unworthy. They were just here for the stuff. They were just here for things. Just here for things. And they call it like it starts with a T, I think. Infiltration. There was a group of folks, whoever this tribe is, this group of people, they're like time traveling punks with a whole lot of secret knowledge, and they came here to this particular time frame to try to undo everything and siphon the energy of humanity and the wealth of humanity out of it, and then fly away like they're the star, right? I don't think it's going as well as they thought it was going to go. There's obstacles to long-term goals. They want things. They've been found unworthy of them. They're not willing to settle down. They got to face it. The truth is out here. They weren't willing to settle down. They don't want a family. They just want stuff. They want to walk around, prance around like they're hot shit when they're not. They're challenged by this emperor. They're afraid of him, actually. And they're challenged because there's completely different values here. They want money, and this emperor wants family. They're reaching out. They're challenged by reaching out. Love is eluding them. Like nobody is going to give them love anymore. Nobody really cares. This person's taking bribes. There's some folks out there who still believe whatever this is. There's justice reversed, lack of accountability, guilt, and punishment for lying. This kin, this whole family that was teaching others how to get away with this, they're confused. They're confused. Empty vessel. Their cup is empty. Now, they got some stuff, but this is wild. Their cup is empty. So while it may appear as though they have something, they actually don't have what they think they do. We've got a magician here, and a compass, a pathway. And they're guilty, feeling the pain of the damages that they have caused. Their needs aren't being met. They're guilty of not meeting the needs of families. The star is a revitalizer and illuminator. They're being congratulated. Somebody wishes this has never happened because it's ending. The star shining, illuminating this scenario, is bringing an ending to this. There's a tower happening for those who were horse playing around and they want to escape. Horse playing around trying to escape. We've got hard in the reverse. They're not a diamond. They're not a diamond. They're just this child, you know, playing around, trying to escape the difficulties of life. We've got a Queen of Wands here who's determined to live. So she's regaining control. Oh, and independent. She's independent out of this stuff. So it could be she's regaining control of those who were trying to get away with something tricky. And there's a promise that this won't ever be connected. This, whatever this is, it will never happen again. You won't be mending the relationship with this snake. Anybody who's been in that. King of Cups reversed here. Player, the truth is revealed. They're looking for an escape. They're using love as an emotional escape. Queen of Cups is letting go of this tribe. Not longing for them at all. The dream is over. They're struggling. She's not supporting them in the slightest. No, she knows this King of Cups is a player. Bad, cold, emotional, manipulator. The truth is out. They've been using love as an escape, but there's no love in them. They're just an a-hole. So you've got the Three of Pentacles here, a team of people. We got haunted in the reverse and missed opportunity. Burned. You've been hurt before, so you don't trust these people. It could be that there's a teamwork trying to undo a haunting. Maybe they're trying to haunt you, but the haunting is in the reverse. So they've missed their opportunity. They can't do it. Ruins. Everything that you no longer need is making a way for the room that, or making room for the love that you deserve. The truth is out and you're being fierce about it. It's like, you know that these people are just using you, mind effing you and doing all that stuff. And you're like, I'm done with that, man. They got a long, long road to travel alone. I don't know where they're going, but they're going away. This dark side is going far, far away, or you are leaving it behind, and they're grieving. They want your forgiveness, but you're like, look, there's no love in you. Why should I pour my love into an empty vessel that's just going to suck the life out of me? They're drowning and they're going under, having anxiety, being neglected. They neglected you. They're getting it back. They've lost and they're feeling crushed about it. They've lost you. Boy, they didn't see that coming. They did not see that coming. They were playing games with love, making stuff real hard for you, but they wound up getting themselves tangled up in this web, this rabbit hole, by breaking all of their promises, by effing their way straight into the freaking pits of hell. Childish. You're leaving them behind. Bye. Bye. Everything that they built on this, the energy of the luminescent ones, is crumbling. They're looking for an exit plan. Look, many flames. Many flames they did this to. Whoa. In pieces. Things are in pieces. And now you're tired. You deserve a break from all this stuff. They may not have any energy. They're looking for an exit plan. They want to get out of here. They're trying to barter or trade love and loving energy for an exit plan. That's wild. I don't think it's working out. This Emperor is like, he's not messing around. This Emperor is not messing around with this King of Cups reverse player. I don't think this King of Cups reverse player thought this was going to happen. So we've got a respectful leader here. And whoever this is, it's been wanting things. There were lack of planning regarding things. They've been found unworthy. They weren't willing to settle down or be responsible. They got to face it. The truth is setting you free. They don't know what to do. They've got one angel on one side, one angel on the other, and they may not be very nice at this point. They might not be very nice at this point. They're confused. They're worried. The emperor is here. They're challenged by this emperor. They're afraid of what's going on. Their values were all about money. They're reaching out, trying to connect, but love is eluding them. It's like you don't want to have anything to do with them. This emperor might be saying, you're not gonna get into this energy. You're not gonna take these things. Look, they're suffering a loss. They're a challenge because they're suffering a loss. It doesn't look like they're suffering a loss, but they are. They may have lost a pet. They may have lost a loved one. They don't know what to do. There's a punishment here for this liar, this unfair behavior, for this whole kin, all this family, this whole big family. They're confused. Their cup is empty. It was a fantasy. Magician, pathway, feeling the pain from the damage they've caused. The needs aren't being met. Bully. The needs of this bully aren't being met. They might be embarrassed. They're trying to buy their way out of this mess. But they don't have anything to barter with. They don't have any things. The star is, the illuminator is here shining brightly. Congratulations. You've exposed some stuff, and these people are in regret because it's ending. Whatever this is, it's ending. You're letting them go. Oh, crap. Ending. Death. The luminary has shined a light. Congratulations. These ones are in regret. This is ending. There's death here. There's a tower. For those who were horse playing around, they're looking for an escape. They're no diamond. They're not a diamond. Look, stopped. And no help. They're being stopped. They're not valuable. There's no value here. They're looking for an escape. They're being stopped. No mercy. Justice in the reverse. Punishment. Queen of Wands is courageous in the face of this deception. There's a promise that this connection will not be mended with this snake or with anybody who is tempted by the snake. Look, commitment is in the reverse. There's no more commitment. You're not bound to this snake anymore. Out of there. This Queen of, nope, not in it. So King of Cups is in the reverse. A moody manipulator. They took bad advice. They're giving bad advice. They're a player in the game. The truth is revealed. They were using love as an emotional escape. They want to escape. Origin. This says they want to escape. They want to escape your new family tree. This Queen of Cups is no longer bound to them. There's no contract with this person anymore. So they don't have a legal cause or right to the energy of this Queen of Cups. Queen of Wands. Empress. Oh, that's good news. Queen of Cups is letting go of that tribe. Not even thinking about it. Not supporting them. They're struggling, and we've got confinement in the reverse. She's not supporting them. They could not confine her. So there is a team here. Undoing a haunting. Somebody missed their opportunity. You don't trust them. Family. They burned this family. It's time for you to let love in and or someone in love again. There's family. Somebody's getting burned by this family. Whoever this team is that was haunting people, they're no longer able to haunt them. They've missed their opportunity to burn this family. Oh, they've missed their opportunity to burn this family. Or they've missed their opportunity and they're getting burned by this family. And by burned, I mean those who embody the essence of the sun. Their light could be so darn bright that it's really messing them up because they're very low vibrational. Promise. Fate. They missed their opportunity to burn this family. They've missed their opportunity and are getting burned by this family. There's a promise and fate. You're in that. They want to compromise. They're protesting. They're going through withdrawals. They're getting rejected by you. They can't suck off your energy anymore. You've reached your goals and there is a marriage here, a union, a sweet love. They're sick about it. Because your blessing, you are the blessing and you're entering into eternal love. Oh my gosh, this is giving them a freaking nightmare. Live and learn, live and learn. You've got all these great ideas. You've got this solar plexus energy here. You are embodied by the sun. You have the energy of the sun within you. You're this vibrant, vital force. And you've lived and you've learned a lot about what this struggle is. And you love yourself. There's evidence of it. Loving yourself to health, loving your environment to health. Everywhere you go, everything you touch benefits from your presence and your energy. And the strategy of these third-party enemies has them overloaded, overwhelmed. They're stressing out hard. They might be praying. They might be praying to be able to sleep. They might be stuck in a daydream. Or maybe the sweet dreams that you've been praying for are about to arrive. Take it as it resonates. Yeah, because this is ending. You have gained the fruits of your labor. This is the conclusion here. And these mask wearers are frightened. They're afraid now. They're afraid. They messed with you. So this is really interesting because there's still the act, right? The show must go on. So you've got folks out there that are low energy. They're feeling sick. Their brains are starting to get scrambled. They're trying to do whatever it is they're doing to undo the haunting, but they're missing their opportunity here. They're not able to haunt you. They're not able to undo their own haunting. They miss their opportunity to burn this family. They've got this fated promise, a family, a marriage, a union, sweet love. Excellent news. This is ending. There's death here. The stars, the luminescent ones, you're shining your bright, raising the vibration and the frequency. Your energy is so high. You're causing nanoparticulates or these little nanobots to malfunction. It's like you're frying out the circuitry. Look, the enemy is a widower now. Whoa. They want to bring, look, their reunion is bringing them death. Look, sick. They're sick about it. They wanted that for these people. The enemy is now a widower. Okay. This reunion brings an ending to their fiasco. They may have been trying to curse this reunion with death, and it's back on them now. The messenger of death is coming back on them, and that's a surprise. They're in prison. They're in prison for what they did to this young woman, this wife. Sick, praying, needing consolation. Help me, help me. They were an enemy of faithfulness. They were an enemy of loyalty, an enemy of fidelity and trust and honor. And now they're making their journey. Now they're going on a journey, and there is joyfulness here. They're as joyful. You're happy here. And they're thinking about you as a gift. And they're like, oh, they're sighing. They're like, oh my gosh, because everybody's talking about the Lord. The Lord is what? Oh, the Lord is the new merchant. And he's, whoa, he's the new merchant. And he's what? Selling off the servants of the snake. The scholar is waiting. Thief. Somebody might have stole their house. They're in sorrow. They stole a house. They're in sorrow. They're going to lose a house because their wings were false. Their wings were false. They didn't gain their wings. They were pretending. And this haughty person is in despair now because they're seen for what they are. A freaking soldier. They could be a woman posing as a man or a man posing as a woman. And now they're sick because they're suffering a misfortune due to this wedding. Oh, you and your lover. Constant hope. You never gave up hope. You were always hoping for it. And now you're coming together. You're coming together and it's a fortune. A fortune. A fortune of friends in your head, maybe. You might be telepathically connected to a fortune of friends. Well, take it as it resonates. What else we got here? What else we got here? Where did those go? Huh. Oh, there they are. It's really interesting how, the script, the play, the show, it must go on. And there's still an effort to obtain the things, the merchandise. Oh, but the Lord is the new merchant. This emperor is the Lord. These people are whacked. They went up against the Lord. They're going to get whacked. Plain and small, the lack of planning. They got arrogant. They're still arrogant. They lacked foresight regarding things. They've been found unworthy. The truth is out. They got to face it. They weren't willing to settle down or be responsible. People can see it. The truth is here. They've got one angel on one shoulder, one angel on the other. They're confused. They're worried. They don't know what to do. Self-esteem. You possess gifts of the soul that benefit yourself and others. They don't know what to do about that. They're very worried and confused about it. The emperor is here and they're challenged by that. They're challenged because they're afraid of this emperor. They're challenged because their values are too different. They're challenged. They're trying to connect and love is eluding them. They're suffering the loss of your love. You don't want to have anything to do with them. They could be suffering the loss of health. Because they were dealing in energy, and energy is health, energy is life, and that was their commodity, and they've got a loss of this now because the emperor, the Lord, is here saying, no more. They've missed their opportunity to burn this family, and there's punishment here for this whole family who is teaching this, working this knowledge. They're confused. They're unclear what's going on. The cup is empty. It's like a fantasy. They're in grief. They don't understand it. This magician, his pathway is one of pain, where their emotional needs aren't being met. They're a bully. People might be gossiping. They might be embarrassed. The bully. You're not afraid of this bully anymore. They're afraid. They're embarrassed because you're not afraid of them. You're out here shining brightly as a luminescent being, as a star. You're being congratulated. Hospitality. Cheers. These people are in regret. They wish it had never happened. This is ending. They're pretending that it's not ending, but it's time to let go to make room for a fresh start. This is over. You got the death card there. It's an inevitable end. There's also the Tower here for those who were horse playing around. They didn't earn their wings. Failure. Freaking failure, man. Congratulations. You caused these ones a failure. There's death for them. Wow. Tower for the horseplay. They want to escape. They're not a diamond. They're being stopped. They're not getting any help, any mercy. They have to accept responsibility for their own well-being. They have to accept responsibility for what they've done. Wow. Queen of Wands is here, focused on those who were deceiving her, tricking her. There is a promise that this connection won't be mended. Never give it back. You'll never give it back is what the divine said. She never has to serve them again, this snake. There's no more commitment. She is free of this commitment. And now it's time for friends. It's time for friends. King of Cups in the reverse, a manipulative, emotionally manipulative person, took some bad advice, gave some bad advice. They're very moody right now. They're a player. And the truth is revealed about them using love as an escape route. Family trees. It could be that you have a new family tree, that you've escaped this because this player, the truth about this player is out. So you've escaped this, or maybe they were using love as an escape route by having a family with somebody. This Queen of Cups is out of there. She is emotionally stable and she's releasing this whole tribe. She's not longing for them at all. She's not going to support them at all. She is free. Confinement in the reverse. Commitment in the reverse. She does not have to deal with them at all. And they don't know what to do. They have no courage here. Because with her goes their courage. They have to manage their own self. And they never earned their wings. They're still freaking bottom feeders. Trying to pretend like they're an amazing butterfly. Pride. So you got a team here. It could be that you have a team here who is not haunted. Or there's a team here who is trying to haunt you and they're not able to. They've missed their opportunity to burn this family, or they've missed their opportunity and are getting burned by this family, who are stepping into their promised fate, their promised future. Death, man, it's over. Death. Failure, death, grief, afraid. You're not afraid, but they are. Empathy. You can see both sides of this situation. You're very in touch with your intuition. You trust that inner guidance. When you don't know what to do, you trust your inner guidance. You're very well connected, and that has caused you to persevere through this challenge, and now you're stepping into your purpose, the purpose of relationships that serve the higher good. These people are worried and in regret. They're alone now. While you get to go have love, peace, and truth, honesty, where people aren't going to be lying to you, trying to get one over on you. It's going to be love, it's going to be truth, and it's going to be peace. Oh, that's nice. There's a change. These people have to surrender to the change. Happiness is here. You're going to go be happy. They want forgiveness. They have to accept that you can accomplish whatever you set your mind to. They can't haunt your mind. They've been working for it. They can't do it. They're trying to come up with all kinds of excuses, and you may even be playing into it, letting them think that they know. But the fact of the matter is that they've been wrong so many times, for so many years, for so long. And there's these folks out there still getting information from these very same ones that have been lying and cheating and scheming. And they're counting on this information to be truthful and exact. And it's so wild to me. It's like, aren't any of you people intelligent? You see the failure rate of this person. They've not known what the heck they were up against. They have been so sure that they had it in the bag and talking like that, but they obviously don't. You've grown. You've expanded in consciousness and awareness, and there's just nothing they can do about that. You are thankful for everything in this life, including the trials. And the envious ones are guilty of moving against you, and they're under judgment here. Because you're a being of service. You're here to bring balance, harmony, peace, to serve your community in a good way. And these ones were trying to deny, or they're being denied, access to your abundance, to your limitless potential. They can't get in it anymore. They're in doubt here because you're free and you're happy, and you know that there's no greater goal than to love. You've had success here in the mind, through patience, during adversity, with prideful people. So these prideful people mind F you in a big, big way. And they're certain that they've got you right where they want you, and they're trying to convince all their buyers that it's true, but it's simply not. You know, we got time travelers out here. You know, they thought that they were going to get a harvest, and they're still working on it. There's still some folks, I don't think it's going to work out the way they want it to. I mean, they might get something. I don't know. We're going to have to wait and see. But the Emperor is here, and he's bringing fright into these people. Bringing fright. Honesty. Because you're an honest person. You have gifts of the soul that benefit you and others. You're transparent and authentic. The Emperor is here causing a fright for these people whose values are all about money, these liars. They're experiencing a loss. They're trying to reconnect to you. They're lying about their health. Wow, they might be lying about their health. There's punishment here for this whole family. They're confused. Their cup is empty. This was a fantasy. They're in grief. Everything that they were working for is in grief. All of the people that collaborated with them are in grief. That's wild, man. It was entertainment. So Magician, Compass. So there's a pathway. They're feeling the pain from the damage they have caused onto your pathway. Their needs aren't being met. They're a bully. You're no longer afraid of them. You might find it amusing now. You're out here shining your light on this. You're being congratulated. They wish it had never happened. This is ending. They're trying to pretend it's not happening, but there's a failure here and death. The luminary is shining a light on it. Very, very big light on this tribe. The tribe is traveling. The tribe is leaving. Whoever this tribe is, they're in the reverse over here with the sacrifice card. So you've got sacrifice, you've got death, you've got failure, you've got traveling for a tribe, you've got tribe in the reverse. This contract is over between this divine feminine, or, you know, I think of it as more than one. So there's more. The divine feminine of this sacred essence is getting a new family tree. All of them are. I've seen them. The earth angelics, they're getting new contracts. They have new contracts. Now their new family is coming to pick them up, man. It's over. This tribe is out of here. They're out of freaking here. Look. Tower for the horseplay. They want to escape. They're not a diamond. They're being stopped. There's no mercy shown to them. They have to accept responsibility for their own well-being. They have to accept the blame for what they've done to love. Yeah. Because they were secretly negative. They were only here for support. Queen of Wands is independent. She's very focused and determined to live her life. And this deception, these people who were trying to get away with something, there's a promise that this is over. The relationship will not be mended. her friends are making certain that's not going to happen. This commitment is over. There's no more commitment with the people that were tempted by this snake. It's over. It's going to be enforced by her friends. Look, unsolicited advice. Whoever got tempted by this snake, they took unsolicited advice. They thought that it was the way to go. King of Cups in the reverse. Emotional manipulator is a player. The truth is revealed. And they were using love as an emotional escape. They want your vital force. They were gaslighting. They were trying to manipulate the perception of reality regarding your family tree, regarding your vital force, regarding your future. They were gaslighting you. And you were just here to help families grow. To help your own family grow. And they kept it from you. While telling so many lies. Queen of Cups is out of here, man. Releasing that whole tribe. Not thinking of them at all. Not going to support them in the slightest. Confinement is in the reverse. And so they can't confine this person anymore. They're out of courage. They are not brave. They're not being welcomed. It's like, no. She's like, no, you are done. Get out of here. We got a team here who is not haunted or who cannot haunt you. They've missed their opportunity. You don't trust them. Your family doesn't trust them. You've got a promise. You're walking into your promised fate. This is over. The Death card. The past. The past is over. It's coming to an end. The past is dying. Whatever that was that they were doing to you in the past, it's over. They want to apologize. I'm sorry. But you're laughing. You got a happy, good time coming to you in the future, and you've got a lot of friends with you here. Look. And these guys are obligated to the plans that they were making for you, and they want to apologize again for all the work that they did to try to trick you. They want to reconnect. And it's like, what? Yeah, because the envious people need a big favor. They're desperate. The greedy ones are desperate to sabotage you, or maybe they're desperate because they sabotage themselves. Yeah. They want to vent to the gift. They want to offload it onto you. Whatever this is, they want to offload it onto you. This person is very hostile, unfriendly, and they want to get a date with you so that they can bring chaos to you and then brag about it. So they want a big favor, a small favor, whatever. There's bad news. There's a lot of fighting here. They need a loan. They need to check in. They need your energy. They need your love. They need you to care. They want to get revenge on you for your health. They want to ruin your health. They need your support. They need your safe space. You're the luminescent one. You're the one that makes the darkness go away. But these people are very, very negative, and they've got a secret. They don't care about your well-being, and you're saying goodbye. It's like, get out of here. Go by. You know that they're an imposter. So, you're out of there. Or they're out of there. They're not getting any more support from you, collective. Take it as it resonates. This is what I have for you, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.